lead heads, welcome back to the Talking Lead podcast. I'm your host, Left Hand, and this is episode 194. Hope you guys enjoyed last week's show where we continued our coverage of the 2017 SHOT Show with our buddies over at Cobalt Kinetics, talking about their Chris Kyle tribute collection that they've got. Awesome set of rifles, which you guys can get as a set or you can get individually. And then, of course, we had our good buddy Rob Pincus at the Eagle Imports booth talking about the Avidity Arms PD-10, getting an update on that awesome new personal defense carry gun that Rob is developing with the guys over there, Mike and Raphael. And then we also had the 4 Richards and a Ralph, our kind of tradition that we do when the group of us being Corey at Glock, Adam at Palmetto State Armory, Raphael from Eagle Imports, myself, and Ralph being Brandy there at Glock. And then we had a special surprise Richard join us. Andrew from, who's Andrew with now? He was with CA. He's with Kalashnikov USA now. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. But we've got a couple of special guests that we're going to have. And before we get into that, I want to go ahead and thank our sponsors. Frontier Tactical. Check them out at frontiertactical.com. And their new line of ARs that they are developing, the FT series, and that's Frontier Tactical. That's their line of ARs, FT-15s. And they're going to come standard with their Warlock multi-caliber adapter on those rifles. So right out of the box with their ARs, you'll be able to shoot upwards of like 90 different calibers. So that is awesome. Those are available now. They have the rifles and they have the pistol configurations in those as well. So check them out at frontiertactical.com. X-Steel targets, as we've said time and time again on this show, and as many people will attest, and Casey Griggs, also a big proponent of X-Steel targets, the best, most affordable AR-500 steel targets on the market today, and you couldn't deal with a better bunch of people over there at X-Steel targets. Bud Sanson and the crew are excellent. If there's a target there that you need that they don't have, they can make it for you. But they've got such a wide variety of different targets, they're probably going to have something that you need. They've got the Texas Star, they've got the double Texas Star, they've got the dueling trees, they've got silhouette targets, short-range targets, long-range targets, anything you need, xsteeltargets.com. Check them out. And then this is going to lead us into our first guest of the show, and I'm going to go ahead and introduce him. He's no stranger to the show, been on a couple of times. Marcus Kahn with Modern Spartan Systems. Welcome in, Marcus.
Well, good morning, good day, and all that. So thank you, Marty, for having us, having me on here. I appreciate it.
No, absolutely. So the reason for Marcus's appearance on this episode is they've got some news that they're dropping. Modern Spartan Systems is starting a new, I guess it's called, what would you call it, a loyalty brand loyalty kind of a program called Spartan Nation.
Yeah, it's really going to be, our goal is to have a growing community and, of a lot of different people, including like Nate from Frontier Tactical. Those guys are great. You work with a lot of great people. Casey Griggs is going to be involved, and hopefully a whole ton of other people, including, of course, yourself.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
it's gonna be.
Go ahead.
I would say it's meant to be a community that's going to be hubbed around our company and our brand and our not just the products but also our values. Like if you go on our website, you can kind of see what our Spartan values are. We're calling them Spartan values, like integrity, honesty, loyalty. Reliability.
Openness, reliability, and commitment to excellence.
Commitment to excellence. Yep, exactly.
There you go.
So, yeah, we get a lot of people that really they like those and they kind of grab to those values, and so they like our company and our products. But they like that, and we even get like a lot of competition shooters. And I had a young guy call me up. Bryson Allen, kid's 15 years old, and he said, I heard great things about your products, and I'd really like to work with you if possible. Just such a polite kid, and he's telling me about his family. He's got a brother that's like disabled, and it's pretty severe, but his family, they take care of him. He's older, and they take care of him 100%, and just kind of like, it's like it moves you, He's got another brother that's playing in, just about ready to get into Major League Baseball, the San Diego Padres, and he's got his thing is the shoot competition shooting, and he's like, he likes what we stand for, likes our product, wants to be a part of it. So it's about bringing people like that in, bringing media people, bringing our OEM manufacturing partners, our dealers, all the non-for-profit groups and stuff that we work with. And by the way, I talked with Lance about Sheepdog, and
Sheepdog Impact Assistance, Sergeant Major Lance Nutt.
He's great. Yeah, we had a good conversation, and we're going to be working with those guys along with everybody else. And so we get all our different types of partners, get all the gearheads, get law enforcement guys, military guys, competition shooters. You get the hunters and a lot of women and kids, and I think it's going to be a really cool thing.
Yeah, it sounds like it. Now, if members of the Leadhead Nation want to get involved with this, is this open to them as well?
Yeah, we've got kind of like two general categories, like partners. People that work with us specifically. It could be, ambassadors, or they say, dealers, distributors, manufacturers, any of those people that we get kind of set relationships with, and we're always looking to grow that. So anybody that, would like to get involved with us, and we definitely want to welcome them and grow it that way. And then you just got like people that are members. They're just like, they use the products, or they want to use the products, and they're kind of fans of it. They like the values. And so it'll be a place for, on social media, like on our website and on our social media, will kind of be the hub. And so it'll be information that people, that we put out to people on the products of the company. And then our partners will promote us, we'll promote our partners. And then the partners will get to hopefully develop relationships and friendships, with other people in our community, whether it happens organically or I, make introductions. But then, just people that don't have those ties, but they like what we're doing, can just start following us on all the different social media, Facebook and Instagram and Twitter and all those different things. And they can just kind of jump in, and they'll just start seeing a lot of good information, floating back and forth. And it's, again, anything from the products, and the brand, things that are going on with the company. And there's a lot of cool things. Like I told you, Charlie Melton is going to be going for the world record, sniper shot, over 5,000 yards, which it's
wow. Now, when's he going to do that?
It's coming up around Memorial Day. I don't know exactly the date, but
and for those of you who don't know Charlie Melton, he is a former special operations dude. And his specialty is precision long distance shooting. So that's really cool, and that's going to be a long shot. So do you know what kind of gun he's going to be using?
I don't remember. It's something special.
Yeah.
I know Brad Starr from Performance Guns is helping him. There's some other people kind of assisting on this, on the science behind it. Talking, that's like over 50 football fields. That's like a crazy number.
Yeah, that's crazy distance long. So we'll try to get Charlie on. Maybe we can get him on and talk about that and before he does it. When is he going to be doing that? Do you know?
Yeah, so like around Memorial Day.
Okay.
So it's really not that far off. And
well, that'll be cool.
But anyhow, he's fully on board with our products. And you get people like that we understand how good the products are, and precision is like right up our alley, because you're changing friction and your metal wear and things like that. So it's a perfect fit.
And for those who don't know, I mean, we get new listeners every day, Marcus. We haven't mentioned what you do yet. So talk about, what Modern Spartan Systems does. You guys are a lubrication cleaning company for firearms, and you go above and beyond firearms as well.
Yeah, I would say we're a high-tech cleaning and lubricant company. That sounds funny, but we're so far different from everything else that we compete against. It really is different chemistry. So it's really high-tech chemistry. So the problems that we solve are contaminant removal. We actually detoxify metal. It's really the best way to put it. You clean with your regular stuff, and you put our cleaner on. All our stuff is green, by the way. You know, it's all American-made, green, safe. But anyhow, it's like significantly better. So if people that clean their guns and they put our stuff on, you know, after they think it's clean and start seeing gunk pour out of the metal, they're like, oh, it wasn't clean, you know, kind of shocks them. And I said, now we're going to totally detox the metal, pull the stuff out, open up the pores, and then we lubricate. And so the problems we solve with lubrication is friction. We drop friction by about 90%, which is a magnitude different than anyone else. We stop metal wear, pretty much flatline metal wear. And contaminant readhesion is we really minimize that. And that has a lot to do with, you know, future cleaning and performance and stuff as well. And we stop corrosion. So a lot of good, you know, with big problems. So there's industrial applications. We got some pretty major companies doing testing right now. And even one of your buddies, Craig, has brought this stuff over to, maybe I shouldn't say what the race team is, but a couple of major NASCAR race people are doing.
Pretty much your product is good for anything that's got moving metal parts in it that rub against one another, you know?
Yep. We optimize, we change the surface structure of metal in it. So whether it's cars or vehicles or, you know.
It's kind of cool because you guys just started off in the firearms industry and then I guess through just trial and error and just, if it's going to work in a gun, it ought to work in a car. You know, it ought to work in manufacturing machinery. It ought to work in. I mean, you guys even have something for fishing rods. You know, anything where you get friction.
Yeah, exactly. That's it. Those problems are universal problems to get. You know, there's applications all over the place. Even guys out in Nashville, Bluesman's Vintage Guitars called me up and they said that they're using our stuff in guitars, and I said,
guitars?
I said, yeah, we use it to clean, we use it to age, we use it to stop the aging, and we use it for lubricating. I'm like, lubricate for guitars?
Wow.
Yeah, they're explaining it to me, but they're saying it's the best stuff around, and they might even want to co-brand with us for that Martin itch. So
that's cool. You're gonna have to change your logo, or you're gonna have to get another logo for the music industry and have the helmet with guitars.
That's a good idea.
It is. It is. I only asked for 5%. Yeah, that's it. Well, Marcus, that's cool. So, what do they need to do to go ahead and become a part of the Spartan Nation to sign up?
Okay. Well, I'd say if you want to become a partner, and let me just back up for 1 second.
Yeah, rewind.
So it is about the products and the brand and all that, and of course our values. So we want people to have those kind of values and stuff. But it's not just about promoting our products and our brand. I don't want it to be just about that. I want at least half of it or more of it to be about the good things that happen with the people that are in our group, our partners. We want to promote them, but we want to promote the good things that are going on. It could be simple things like events that they're going to, maybe like Casey's going to a shooting event, or, you know, his wife's having a baby and, you know, we want to share some cool stuff, personal stuff like that. Could be you're doing something, you get something special going on, or a non-for-profit group. We want to tell about that. And I got some just wonderful stories of people that really kind of heart-moving things that I want to get their stories out so people can hear and learn and be inspired, maybe pray for certain people, maybe help have solutions. So we want to push out some of the things with the cool people and some of the kids and things that are going on. So it's very cool. It's about both. Yeah. But so to get involved, just really go, connect in. I'm like the worst social media person from the technical side, but my partner Justin is going to be handling the interface side. But basically, if you want to become a partner, contact me, and we can talk. From ambassador to manufacturer to dealer, whatever it is. We want to build a relationship if it makes sense, and then if you're not in that category, but you really like what we're doing and want to get involved. If you go to our social media, like Modern Spartan Systems, you can go to our website and you can connect in with all our Twitter and Instagram and Facebook and all those different things.
So what about an email address? Is that the best way? Can somebody just shoot you an email and say, hey, I want to be a part of this. Can you send me the stuff? Or is there a link on your website that they can go to?
Yeah, you could just go to our website or Google us and find us, but you can certainly, contact me. Anyone's welcome to call me at Marcus, Marcus, at modernspartansystems.com or info@modernspartansystems.com, or can call me up. If I can give out the number, that's fine.
Go ahead. Yeah.
They do it?
Yeah, go ahead. Give your number out.
847-669-1640.
All right.
So
there you go, lead heads. Worthwhile group to get involved with. Modern Spartan Systems. Become part of the Spartan Nation. Get in touch with Marcus. So you lead heads, if you've not tried Modern Spartan Systems yet, or even if you have, you can go to their website and you can use the discount code LEADHEAD, and that's going to get you 15% off any of their products there. Right, Marcus?
That'll work. It's a little extra incentive, but they'll love the products 100%.
There you go. A little extra incentive to get on board and involved with the Spartan Nation.
Well, I appreciate that.
All right, buddy. We got another call coming in here. I believe this is Lieutenant Colonel Mikey Hartman. Marcus, again, thank you so much, and we'll be in touch soon. I've got a couple of new projects that I'm working on that you guys are definitely going to be interested in. So, all right, guys, we got another interview coming up next. So, all right, lead heads, as promised, we have the Lieutenant Colonel with us, returning to the Talking Lead show. We missed him at SHOT Show. Mikey Hartman, ladies and gentlemen, with CAA and Hartman Optics.
You can hear me well?
Yeah, I hear you good. You can pull up closer if you want to.
Okay, good. How are you doing, brother?
Doing good, man. Long time no see, no talk.
Yeah, too long, my friend.
You guys have been slam jam busy. You've had some overnight success, as we say in the biz, right?
Yeah. It's been really crazy. It's just something we've never dealt with before, It's
the kind of attention that you like, though.
1000% correct. Yeah, it's what you always want it to happen, but it doesn't really normally. And in our industry, where this year has been hard on most people, most of the gun guys and the ammo guys, their sales are down 30-40%,
right,
because of the elections and things changed. So far for us, it's been very fortunate, and we've been very lucky. And since that media event that you attended in December, that we did the IDF training, making guys shooting instructors, and going back even to the big three when we got the most innovative product on the Micro RONI, and then we did the media event. And then, we went down to Glock store, and we had Lenny McGill did some movies. And then the next day, this Facebook page called Rated Red put a interview that they did with me at SHOT Show, and it just went viral. And what happened, it's, if you look at the metamorphosis over the last, since March of last year in the big three, and then what's happened to our name, and people are now knowing who we are, it's just been crazy. The last month especially, it
has. And that video, speaking of that video, it's up to what, like 8 million or something like that?
Yeah, it's crazy because you really don't understand it. I did an interview with a guy named Colin Noor in NRA TV also that I forgot to say before.
Calling all cars is what I call him. Calling all cars Noir.
and we had a great interview. It was like 12 minutes, but a lot of fun, lots of joking. I'm going to be at the NRA show at the end of the month, and maybe we'll run into him again. But yeah, basically there are two videos out there that combined got over 20 million views altogether.
Wow.
So yeah, it's been crazy. So one of the interviews, it depends where you look, but on just one site, on one Facebook page, it's 6.8 million. But when you look at the people who shared it and their views, it's over 10. And then there's another short movie that someone else did who was with a media event as well. You remember him, Kevin Richards, Kevin Tack Daddy, that guy.
Yeah.
He did a quick movie, and somehow it went viral, and it's got like 9 million views.
Wow.
place. So
I need to figure out these guys' formula because my videos are 10 times better than theirs.
I'm going to be honest with you, brother. There was absolutely nothing in the interviews that makes sense to me for it to go viral.
Right.
And it was an interview with me. Normally I'm funnier. Normally I'm more charismatic. It wasn't even interesting, to be quite honest. And, that's why no one understands this stuff.
Well, I thought it was pretty interesting, to be honest with you. I mean, I thought it was a very good video. But, like you said, I mean, you just never know the formula for what makes a video go viral. But you guys are talking about your RONI system, your Micro RONI, the new Micro RONI system, which, like you pointed out earlier, 4 months ago, you invited us down to Altair, and we did a personal one-on-one training. Me and was it 8-10 other media guys?
All together, you guys were 14 guys.
14 guys. Training with that system, the MH1, the Hartman Optic MH1, and you guys were showing us how they do it the IDF way, the Israeli Defense Forces way, which was really cool, and I picked up a lot of good info from that. You called me out on one of my my social media posts where I didn't have the 5 points of contact. Which, I was in my excuse box, is like, look at the setup I'm in, Mikey. I mean, I can't get my arm over there. So,
once you went through the training and you got your little certificate in the end, you're now stamped. You're like an IDF shooting instructor now, so you can't make those mistakes. So there's always big brothers watching you, man. Big brothers watching.
Right, and I've not made that mistake since then.
Yeah, you got a buddy named Curtis who lets me know that you do the stuff the right way. So you guys spend some time together. So I got some feedback on that. But
that's good.
When you look at what happened on our internet, we're up probably over 1,200%. It's probably even closer to 1,400, to be honest, in sales and in people, traveling through our website.
Yeah.
So, you go from 1,000 a day to 20,000 a day. It's just not normal, Right. So we are still entering orders from Sunday, and I got 3 people working on it. We got hundreds of orders we haven't even put in the system because we got overwhelmed. We weren't ready for this. It was just not.
You're just like, it's just another video, no big deal, and then all of a sudden, bam, people are beating down your doors.
Man? No, on that media event that you and I were at, I think, the podcasts and the videos and the articles that came out, I think there was like 56 of them since that media event.
Yeah.
And none of them went viral, so sometimes it just, there's no explanation, but what's amazing, it's creating consumer awareness around the Micro RONI and CEA. Mm-hmm. So what happened now, and probably we're going to feel it at the NRA show at the end of the month, which I didn't even plan to go. I'm going only because the movie went viral. So now there's 30 million people out there that know what that means, Micro RONI. A lot of them are calling it macaroni, but
I think I started that trend of the Macro RONI, the macaroni.
I think you may have, but you're not getting any credit for that.
I need to get the credit for that. I've got it on audio. I think it was our video or not our video, but our show that we did at the 2016. SHOT Show.
Yeah.
I think that's where we first met.
Before the big 3, huh? Yeah, that was. That's even crazy.
Yeah. So if you guys go back to, I think it's like all the way back to episode 135. We've got one in 138 with Mikey. 153, we talk about the Zeus system in that one. And then 182, we go back and we did that detailed kind of recap of the training the IDF way, where we had all the media guys on and Mikey talking about that course. But yeah, so just to let you know, I've got another video that I'm getting ready to drop, and by the time people are listening to this, it will have already hit YouTube. Is I did put together a little video of the charging drills using the Micro RONI.
Very cool.
So that'll be entertaining as well.
I wish I had a little bit more information to tell you about something, but I have this dream about, you just mentioned the Zeus mattress. Real quick for your listeners, some of them know it, some of them don't, but it's a shooting mattress that actually trains the prone position the way the IDF does it, the way we do it in Israel. And as you know very well, you spent a whole day doing that on the first day of training that we did.
Yeah.
in Altair. I honestly believe this is a great training vessel to teach, new soldiers how to shoot, the correct way. And when it uses muscle memory, but basically the whole idea of the Zeus mattress, it's very, very different. We call the Zeus 0 under 80 seconds. We changed the U and the E of the order, but 0 under 80 seconds. It makes you so stable because it's holding you in positions that you've never been held before in a prone position. Every part of your body, every single part of it is locked down, with this Velcro, like Lego sort of stuff that fits depending on the size of the person. And then, even when you're breathing, which normally you'll see movement in your reticle or in your iron sights, you don't see any movement because you're held so tightly. Mm-hmm. So now your group size is so small, you're able to zero much faster. But the way we do it in training, you start taking pieces off one by one. And then the guy, he doesn't need it anymore, but he learned the correct way to do it.
Right.
So this is cool. No one knows this yet. And unfortunately, I don't even know how to tell you this, but
drum roll. Let's get a drum roll.
No, the reason I'm upset is I don't know enough information. I'm not going to get the titles correctly.
Nah.
But there's something called TRADOC. It's I think it's an army. They're in charge of training for the army. I hope it's not the Marines, but you guys have so many different units here, and they're supposed to be next week. Northeastern, it's like on the eastern northern border of the U.S. I don't even know which base it's going to be in. They have this contest of Army or Marines. I'm not sure. I think it's Army, and they like the best of the best, and they have like this warrior contest, and all these guys go there and they do, probably obstacle courses, I would imagine, and maybe navigation and shooting and all that. And they're allowing us to put the Zeus in those stations, and they will actually be shooting from the Zeus during the competition.
Nice.
Yeah, it's crazy for us. So we don't even have all the information, which sucks. I probably have it in about 4 hours later on today.
Okay.
But that is a great opportunity for us to show the American military what the Zeus is about.
Yeah, and you got it right. It's the United States Army, and it stands for Training and Doctrine Command. Is what that is.
So they're doing some sort of competition internal, probably unit against unit and stuff like that. The best warrior sort of thing.
Yeah, the best ranger competition.
I don't even know what it is.
It's at Fort Benning.
Marty, I'm going to let you know first. You'll be the first guy to know.
Okay, well, I'll just give you. I actually knew a little bit about that. So yeah, I mean, you're right. That's huge, man. That'll be awesome. So they're actually going to use the Zeus mat at that.
Correct. For the first time in America, so it's going to be, for us, it's a big deal. I thought I'd be in a meeting room showing it to the trainers, explaining them to it. No, you go right to a frigging competition and show it there. So it's going to get, used the right way. And then we're going to get feedback from the shooters and if it was good or not. And, it's going to be on-the-job training sort of thing, but you're getting your feet wet real quickly. So no training, no discussing. They're just going to come in, what the hell is that, and shoot and see.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm sure you'll get all kinds of new nicknames for it.
People are going to be improvising. In the IDF, that's our strong point. We improvise. We don't really do anything that has anything to do with discipline in Israel. So
that's not true.
We're gonna be surprising some people. So,
you guys are strictly disciplined.
Buddy, you know what? After 22 years in the IDF, as you know, a lieutenant colonel, I think that that is not our strong point, to be honest with you. I think we're very good at certain things that we do. But when I've trained with you guys, with the American military, and I've trained thousands of U.S. troops, I honestly believe that you guys are built in a different way than we are. Mentally, you guys think differently. I don't think one is better or worse. I never say that. As you know, you heard me say that 100 times at the training program. We're not saying we're better. We're not saying we're worse. We're just, this is good for us.
Yeah.
But I've noticed every time that the discipline that you guys have in your, it's like an innate part of you guys is stronger than us. We are, we know what we're doing, but we're so used to improvising that it never goes according to plan. So we're always, even when it's going to plan, we make sure it doesn't go according to plan. So I think that's our strength and maybe our weakness as well. So it's just cool to see different theories and different doctrines.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's talk about the Micro RONI, where you guys are with it since our last conversation. Obviously, we know that sales are going good right now. If people want to get one of these, they need to go ahead and get online right now and get their orders in. Do you guys have distributors that are doing this, or are they strictly through CAA?
No, it's a very good question. Our website is CAGearUp, GEARUP.com. I think that the distributors, there are a few that have picked up the Micro RONI. A lot of them felt that they were worried about the legal ramifications, the SBR, NFA, ATF, all of these rules kind of scared a lot of them away. There's a lot of dealers that have them. And the online, as I just told you in the last, short weeks, has been crazy. So, but there are some distributors that are picking it up. There are rumors going around that before the NRA show, there's going to be a letter from the ATF that will allow you to shoulder the stabilizer brace.
So they're going back to that. Okay, so they're flip-flopping again. So they started off with it was okay. Then they came back with, no, you can't shoulder it. And now they're reconsidering that.
That is correct.
Good. That's good.
I don't know if it's going to come out or not, but there are rumors out there that, right before the NRA show, that's going to come out. And if so, I'm sure that's going to increase sales, dramatically with the stabilizer, because that whole nonsense that was on NRA TV, talking to Colin Noor about, that you can put it on your cheek. You just can't put it on your shoulder. If you remember in the course, I didn't let you guys shoulder it once, right?
Right.
If you do that, I got to kick you out of the course.
Well, I mean, that you were training the way that that the laws interpreted at that time. So, that's what you got to do.
Only in America.
Only in America.
There is no stabilizer brace in the entire world except America, because there's no such law as SBR anywhere else. It's only here.
Right.
So
it makes no sense.
Sure Trump's going to change all this stuff.
Just like suppressors. It's ridiculous that we have to go through the hoops that we have to go through and pay the exorbitant amount of fees that we have to pay just to have a suppressor. We talked about a guy on the show, the last couple of shows, that was just recently got arrested for, I guess, they illegally importing suppressors from Europe. He had 6 suppressors that, and he intentionally did this. He was playing dumb, like, I'm from Europe and I didn't know American laws, but he knew what the laws were. He wouldn't have done it. He disassembled 6 suppressors from Europe, packaged part of them up, and labeled them helicopter parts. Shipped those parts to his company here. He's actually in my hometown. He actually lives here in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. And then he carried on the rest of the parts with him as carry-on. But the only way he got caught, Mikey, was a disgruntled employee turned him in. That's the only reason he got caught.
That way, doesn't it? Huh?
Right. But I mean, it's like you're saying, in other countries, SBRs don't exist. I mean, what's the purpose? I mean, it makes no sense. I mean, if you're going to shoulder something, you're going to shoot it. If it's concealable, it's concealable. It's not going to stop a criminal from executing or carrying out, whatever their nefarious plans are. It's just not going to. All it does is it handcuffs law-abiding citizens in extra means and ways to protect themselves.
1,000%. And that's that's a sad part that you don't really get. Us as manufacturers, we have to start building stuff to get around that law. Where did the stabilizer brace come from? We have another one called the Micro RONI Recon, which is something I don't even think you've seen yet because it came after the media event. We just took off the stock. So now you just use the 1-point sling and like a MP5, and you're pointing when you're going into a room.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of like your old Ronis. Your old Ronis were that way.
Yeah. Well, we had a RONI Recon. You're right. For us, the Micro RONI Recon was new, and
I've been following the RONI since you guys first came out with it. How many years ago was that?
Yeah, it probably 6, 7. Probably around that area. It's been.
Yeah.
But by the way, a huge success around the world. Huge. In America, was not. because of the SBR rules.
Right.
You know, it was always
because of our NFA
it was always
laws.
a problem. And then inside of America, there's another America called California and New York, which has even crazier laws that are like ridiculously stupid. And this is all statewide now. So you can have, if that stabilizer brace is accepted non-NFA item, in California, it's problematic still. Yeah. Because they have these rules that if you put your left hand, your non-shooting hand, on a handgun and it doesn't get burnt, then it's not good. You know, or the weight of it, it's like ridiculous. So I don't think California and New York will ever change. But they're very, very.
I think they've got a manicure law too, that if your hands aren't manicured, you're not able to own a firearm.
And you know what? This is the craziest thing. I have been studying our internet success over the last 5 months, because if I look at what we were doing last year and what we were doing this year before this bump, we were about 5 times better. And now we're 5 times better than we were 2 months ago. So it's crazy. But every single minute of the day, any day of the week, before or after this thing went viral, the 3 states that come up automatically in the same order, and how many people have been in your website, because you can do an analyzation and you can see how many people came in, how many pages they saw, how long were they were in, and then you get it by states. Every single time. Yeah. Texas, California, Florida. Right. Never once has that order changed. Never once. It doesn't make a difference. Wake up at 4 a.m. It's the exact same order. I'm sorry, Texas, California, and Florida. And what's killing me is California is there. So it's one of these states that love guns, but they're so restricted, you know. So
it's like those parents who are overly protective of their children, you know, and they don't let them watch certain movies and they don't let them do this, they don't let them do that. Well, those kids are so curious as to why they can't do that. They're going to rebel and they're going to do it anyway. You know, that's California right there for you.
You know what? I went to high school in Los Angeles.
Oh, no.
And as you know, I was Jewish. So in Jewish law, there were 2 things you're not allowed to do. One was women. and 2 was drugs. So I think at like 12 or 13, we started doing both.
Right.
You know, you're not allowed to do it. You're hiding around the garage, behind the back, you know.
Exactly.
You're not allowed to do it. So, you know, we used to go to synagogue with my father. And if I moved from there, you know, on Saturday, I get smacked in the head, you know. So then you run away from it eventually. It gets thrown down your throat. You rebel. Right. That's what I did with my wife. I told her, you know, a lot of people cheat on each other in marriages because they're not allowed to. So I told my wife, we have an open marriage. You can do whatever you want. I took the fun out of cheating, you know. There's no more fun.
Now there's no fun in it, so you don't do it, right?
I always tell her, if you want to cheat when I'm away, as long as it's a woman, that's cool, and she stays when I get back.
You know, that's right, and you invite me in.
You remember Aaron Forum? You remember him? He was your
Absolutely, yeah, Aaron. He's a great guy. We still keep in touch.
He's an awesome guy, and we have become brothers since that media event. I didn't even know him before. I trained him a day or 2 before, you know, you met him on how Israel does it, and, you know, trying to teach him how IDF does it in one day was kind of difficult. But him and I have become brothers, and we're thinking of opening up a website to try to help you know, men with the women with the whole physical contact. We may start a new trend.
I don't know about that, brother.
Micro RONIs, man. Forget the Micro RONIs. We're gonna
you're gonna start getting into the relationship part of it.
Yeah.
Well, you may be onto something. I don't know, but.
Well, we'll try to help wherever we can, man. We'll try to help wherever we can.
So for our new listeners, Mikey, and people, I mean, we just naturally assume, and our faithful lead heads know what the RONI is. Yeah. Talk about to our new listeners what, you know, they're like, what the hell are you guys talking about? What's a macaroni?
So the Micro RONI is an upgraded version of the RONI that you were talking about before. It's basically a gun conversion kit, a handgun conversion kit. The Micro RONI right now is just Glock, but the RONI did many different models. And basically what it does, you just insert your Glock into 17, 19s, all those types into the Micro RONI, And what happens now, your distance, your accuracy increases tenfold because of the way you're holding it. Now, people don't understand this. People say, it's bullshit. I can shoot far with my handgun if I practice enough. Whenever you can shoot with your handgun, you can double, triple, or quadruple it when you put it in the Micro RONI in there. I don't care how good you are. People were hitting lead targets at the media day at 200 yards easily for the first time shooting with a handgun. So just because now I have 5 points of contact with the weapon, with the Glock, the little mistakes that people made, when you shoot with a handgun, every little mistake you make, you feel it. You're punished automatically on the target.
Yeah. Any
mistake you make with your trigger pull, which is the biggest obstacle with the handgun, you see low right, you see low left, you see guys jerking it. This does not happen on the Micro RONI because it's much more stable. So basically you have a 2-in-1 sort of thing. You can keep your handgun when you need it, but then you just slide it in there. No tools are needed. I think you remember, Marty, it takes about 2 seconds to put the Micro RONI in. I don't need any Allen keys, screwdrivers, anything.
Well, unless your name was Curtis, then it took you, about 7 seconds. I'm just kidding, Curtis.
Even Curtis just posted a Micro RONI movie and it got 60,000 views in the last
Well,
week.
he had to redeem himself from the class, so he had to show a video of him and how it works so he could do it in under 2 seconds. So.
Yeah, I know. We feel bad for Curtis, so we hug him, and it's like one of those little teddy bears that it's important to make him feel loved.
Oh yeah, you got to stroke him, love him, hug him. Yeah.
So it's probably one of those kids that got smacked around in high school. It's not. It's you just be nice to him.
Yeah. I don't think he got smacked around. He's a big boy.
Yeah, he definitely is. Great guy though. I love him to death. In any case, going back to the Micro RONI. Now, what we did also, I don't even know if I think some of it we built what we call an advanced kit. So we put an internal flashlight inside and thumb rest. So your thumbs you're holding it better. You're more accurate. You're more stable. You have a 1-point sling that we built a new one for it. Push to swivel and with some backup sights. So we've been selling the Micro RONI now as an advanced kit. Mm-hmm. So people are not just getting the standard version, they're upgrading the Micro RONI. So you can put optics on there as well. You can put flashlight, lasers, whatever you want, all the rails and all. And it's been so far a big hit. So right now what we're doing is doing the new versions, the next versions. We're going to the Smith & Wesson M&P. We're going to the Zig-Zag RP 320, I think it's called. We're going to 1911. We're doing a whole bunch of handguns. Every 3 months, we're going to be coming out with a new one. Cool. And to expand the models that we're dealing with now.
Yeah.
21, we're going to come out with.
Say again.
The Glock 21, we're coming out with that barrel, that caliber as well, 45.
Oh yeah, so, that'll be huge. Yeah, 45. Yeah. People are wanting the 45 pistol carbine, so this would be a good solution for that. Where you've already got your Glock pistol, then you just get the RONI. I call it a chassis system. Yeah. You get the CAA RONI chassis system, and you just slap your Glock in it, and boom, now you've got a carbine, pistol caliber carbine.
Yeah, it's just real simple. I think what's so we did 2 things that no one else did. We're the fastest assemble conversion kit out there, and we're half the price of everybody else. So those 2
that's
things.
And that's what gets me is these things are so affordable. You would expect these things to be, $1,000, but they're what, a third of that?
Yeah, it retails, and people sell below retail. It retails at $250.
Yeah, so, I mean that's crazy, And even the ones that you're talking about, the new kits that you've got with that come with the light and the rails and the sights and all that. I mean, they're still around $500, somewhere around there.
Even south of that, even less than that.
Oh, that's awesome.
It really is. You can get the whole thing for under $400, to be honest with you.
And you've even come out with a special edition now. You've got a white Stormtrooper version. That's really cool. I love it, man. I think it looks really sexy.
Yeah, we came up with on the stabilizer version, which is the rubber stock version. It's not really a stock, right? It's a stabilizer.
It's a stabilizer, yeah, a stab.
What we call a non-NFA item, right?
Yep.
Now, one you can get without paperwork and no tax stamp.
In America.
So when we came out with a limited, we made about 400 of them, like a white Stormtrooper one. So it's white and black inside there. It's a very cool looking, space looking, futuristic looking sort of thing. So we did that just for fun. And well,
I think you're onto something there too. With the people like, options, and if you're throwing out different color options, they like that, and I think it's going to be a hit. I think you're going to find that once people start, and you just did this. I mean, this is recent, so a lot of people haven't heard about this. But go to CAA Gear Up, and you guys can see they've got them online, and you can see pictures of them. And they're limited to what you said, like 500. Is that what it is right now?
Yeah. I think we're down to about 200 already. But
goodness. Okay, so you guys need to hurry and get. Actually, they're down to 199 because mine's in the mail. Right?
It's in the mail, man. It's in the mail.
It's in the mail. I've heard that before. But seriously, I mean, these things.
I think you may have.
These things are really, and just like you're saying, I mean, they live up to their reputation. They do make your handgun more accurate. It's easier controlled. You get further distance out of it. When we proved all that at the IDF class that we took, and like you said, there's tons of articles, there's tons of videos out there. If you guys just Google training the IDF way or the Israeli Defense Forces way, Micro RONI, those in your search engine, it'll come up. And you can go to Talking Lead's YouTube page. Like I said, I've got a couple of videos of that. Getting ready to drop another one. It was VSO Gun Channel. Curtis, he's done several videos on that. Tag Daddy. Jim Grant has done.
Jim Grant, Kevin Landers, yeah.
Fluffy, yeah.
Peterson.
John Peterson has written some awesome articles on it. I really like his work, man. He does first class articles.
Michael Bain even did a little podcast about it. A few weeks ago, David 48's article came out on the Firearms News about that. So
yeah,
Tom Rader, those guys came out.
Todd Bergering.
Yeah, he just came out with 2 articles that came out, one of them last week in Tactical something or another. I have them all in my office.
Timothy Yon.
Yeah, sure.
And then Larry Zanoff has posted some pictures and stuff.
I got to tell you something about Larry Zanoff.
I wish you would. I love that guy.
Okay, he is an awesome guy, right? I can't tell you which ones because it's secret still.
Okay.
But Larry Zanoff has gotten the Micro RONI.
Yes.
And the MH1.
Uh-oh.
And another RONI.
What movie are they going to be in?
in not one. Not 2, but 3 very big action movies that are coming out in the beginning of 2018.
What?
So with probably some of the biggest names in action movies that I could throw out there.
That's going to be awesome.
You're going to see them, but I can't say names and shows yet. So it's all secret. So when it comes out, that's going to be very cool. So if you look at the metamorphosis of this, we started the SHOT Show. You and me spoke about it, right?
Mm-hmm. Right.
About a year and a half ago. Then I get invited because I met CJ at your podcast.
That's right.
I didn't know who CJ was.
Yeah.
So I meet him. We become friends. He invites me to the Big 3. I come over to this media event in Daytona, give my little talk about this, and you guys come to the range and do all these movies and stuff. And then you guys vote us, the most innovative product award, the Micro RONI and the MH1.
Along with Talking Lead winning the Media Choice Award. I might add.
I don't remember that one. Oh, yes. Yeah.
Look behind me. See my trophy back there?
Yeah, but you got to understand there's a difference. You were a media participant, correct? Yeah, I was one of the manufacturers going against all the big guys there, right? And we were like the small, no one even know who we were. So then
That was my first appearance too, brother.
Really, was it?
Yeah, it was both a first appearance. So 2 first-timers taking home the awards.
Yeah, it was kind of cool, to be honest. We even spoke about that at the end of the event, I think you and I.
Yeah. Yeah.
So then we go from there to doing this media event and me moving my family and relocating from Israel to here. And then we do that media event, which wasn't a class. You called it a class before. Yeah. You didn't have one class. You didn't have two classes. You didn't have three classes. You spent from Sunday to Wednesday there, right?
3 days. Yeah.
So it was, we can even call it a 4-day, but probably if you put it all together, it's a 3-day. You guys 6 a.m. in mess hall, shooting it every night at night shooting. And, we worked your butts a little bit. And then we did that. And then we have the NRA, article with Colin Noor. And then all these articles came out from the media event. And then we do this, this guy named Kevin, I forget it, Lenny McGill from the Glock store. And then the movie goes viral. So all these things together created some sort of event that has incredibly affected our company as a company.
Yeah.
It's not just in sales. It's the way we're thinking now. Then you start rethinking, should I be selling to distributors? Should I only do it retail? Should I make certain products I only sell to the consumer? Your whole strategy of marketing and sales changed because of an event like this. Because it
turns into work now, don't it?
I'm telling you, I did the math. For every $100,000 I do in retail, it's like selling $400,000 to distributor level when you look at profit levels. So when you look at that way, right, you have to make calls, and I don't know what we're gonna do, but I don't know. There's another secret that there's something that I've noticed. This is, I don't know if we'll think if we cut this or not, but I was on the road for 2 weeks. I don't know if I told you this, Marty.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I just got back, and that's also part of this whole exposure thing. About 2 weeks ago to 4 weeks ago, I did like 2 weeks in a row. I went on the road. I went to North Carolina, South Carolina, Virginia in 1 week. And then the next week I did California and Arizona and California. And each day I went to 3 or 4 or 5 different stores, range of stores. I went to about, 30, 35 altogether. Mm-hmm. Some of them bigger, some of them smaller. And my idea, I built this suitcase that I have like this James Bond suitcase with the video in there, and all the Micro RONIs are in there, and the stabilizers.
I told you need to post a picture of that. Yeah.
I probably have one somewhere. So I think we may have on Facebook. I think we may have put a picture of all that yesterday. And I went to these people, and and I pushed CA product, and just almost every one of them took it. Took our line and picked up our line, which was also great. And a lot of them never even seen a Micro RONI. This was all new to them. They didn't even see the MH. It was so. But I was going to tell you something that I've noticed. I just got a dog about a month ago, and we're in love with her. Her name's Grace or Gracie.
What kind of dog is it?
It's Armstead Terrier, Armstaff Terrier. It looks kind of like a pit bull, but it's that's the I think the name. We got it from a shelter. Some of the times they put them down, so we
good
we went
for
to
you,
a
man.
And we picked her up.
Yeah.
So it's like love at first sight. It's hard. It's like having another kid in the house sometimes. Peeing on the sofa and peeing on the carpets and
chewing on stuff. Yeah.
But yeah, chewing on that. We've lost some shoes already.
Oh my gosh.
But she became part of the family, just it's like love. And then another thing I noticed, Marty, there's a distinct correlation between gun lovers and pet lovers.
Uh-huh.
Every time I went to a store, somehow we got into talking about dogs. Showing you pictures, it was like I've never put the connection, but us as a company are putting that together.
There you go.
So we'll come out soon, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. But
now, how can you tie the RONI in with dogs? Then you've got it. You got the magic formula.
I'm working on it, friend. I'm working on it. So we got our lion in the the lion in the logo that you're wearing on your hat right now. That's more of like the cat, but we're playing with it a little bit.
There you go.
It's really cool to see that. It just.
That's something I wanted to ask you about too. This is completely off what we've been talking about, but while we're thinking about it, the logo with the lion, where does that come from?
We did a rebranding about a year and a half ago. You were at our booth, right? You saw our booth?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's beautiful.
Thank you, appreciate that. So this year and last year we had the same booth, and last year we did that rebranding about A little bit more than a year and a half ago.
Mm-hmm.
And, we were trying to look for, we did the camo colors, looking for strength. We were trying to figure out what connects us, and showing a company that has a strong backbone and trying to, what are we conveying? What are we showing to our customers? And CA has gone through so many different cycles over the years that, I think that we even confused the market. So, I think the line, we were looking for strength, looking for to show, basically that we have a strong backbone.
Mm-hmm.
It was a cool thing.
Strength,
cool
your leaders. You're
even
on the top of the food chain.
we went on even the font that we're using, the CA, and how we're doing it and how it looks like. If you look at our A's, you can see sort of like a gun there. If you just look at one of the side of the A, you see like a rifle. We played with
Interesting. I haven't noticed that. I'll have to look at that.
Yeah. So we played a lot with that, and then with the Micro RONI, I built, if you lock me in a room and let me write, I love doing that stuff. That's how I built the Israeli doctrine, right? How to shoot a gun.
Right.
But, I made a slogan called "When Speed and Accuracy Matter." That's the slogan of the Micro RONI. So it's like when you look at it, when speed and accuracy matter, because it's faster than anybody else and it's more accurate.
Mm-hmm.
So, we playing that way, and it's a great home intruder, for your wife at home. It's so compact because it's stock folds and
it's light too.
Yeah.
A lot of people think it's going to add a lot of weight to your handgun, but it's actually not,
Nothing. Yeah. It's just real cool. So,
and it makes it easier to manipulate as well. A lot of women have trouble, cocking a Glock, or a gun like that, where you guys have the little side, charging adapter to it. So it makes it a lot more, a lot easier for weaker handed people to be able to function their handgun now.
To be honest with you,
yeah,
we got an order for those cocking handles only.
Really?
Said, what does someone want a cocking handle for? And it was in Florida for people, senior citizens that had trouble cocking the Glocks. So they just put that on their own Glock, and now they can cock it easier.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's cool.
It's funny, huh? Yeah. So it makes it a lot easier because just the physics,
yeah,
the geometry out of it,
Well, I know, as I'm getting older as well, my arthritis is, getting a little worse. But I could see where that would definitely help somebody enjoy their handgun a lot better. So.
It's just really cool to bring out a new product and have it do well and people like it. And you know what? When you read some of the comments, what you shouldn't, I think there's been hundreds of thousands of comments on these videos, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not talking about 10,000 shares. I'm not talking 100,000 shares. It's a lot more when you combine these videos. And a lot of people are against it. They say, what do we need it for? And that's great also. It doesn't, this is not something that you have to believe in. Some people say there's no such thing as bad press, but it's okay that some people are against it.
But there's no reason for them to be against it. It's okay, like
it doesn't bother me.
But still, why would they be against it? If you don't like it and it's not for you, don't use it. But at the same time,
no one's forcing you. That's for sure, right?
Yeah, nobody's forcing you. But there's a lot of it adds a whole nother dimension to your handgun that you wouldn't normally be able to achieve, by using this the RONI.
It's so simple, so light, so fast that I can only see good things. But again, I don't. I used to love it when the IDF, when someone wouldn't agree with me. I would love it because then I could explain to him why he's an idiot and I'm the smart guy.
Right.
So I would always say to me, please give it to me. Yeah. Who doesn't agree with me? I want to hear you.
I think you specifically pointed me out when you said that in the training. Yeah.
Yeah, I told you guys that, right? I wanted you guys to hit me with stuff. Yeah.
Right.
So, because then when you come to a group of like you guys, media guys in that event, and you say to them, I'm not telling you guys to do something because I said it or because I wrote the Israeli doctrine and that's the way it says. No, I wanted to try to explain to you guys the why. Why are we doing everything? So when someone disagrees with you, this is very good for me because then I can actually teach them more in depth. Maybe I didn't do a good enough job the first time, and now I can actually explain it better, because the why becomes the strong point. You remember things better once you understand them.
Yeah.
And that's been my whole, thesis my entire adult life. I believe that with every bone in my body, that once people understand the why, not just what to do, then they do it so much better. So that's my thing. I've always been that way.
So I'm going to switch gears again, and this is something that I've been wanting to ask you about. We haven't really talked about this either, but you also have a version of your RONI that is it's 16-inch version. So you don't have to worry about any NFA. You don't have to worry about stabilizing braces. You've got a 16-inch. Am I correct? Is that still available? Is that available to?
Yes. We call it the RONI Civilian or the RONI C.
I really like it, man. I like the looks of it.
Yeah, it's a cool looking. It's definitely cool looking. So we actually send the entire body, and we supply the barrel.
So the barrel comes with it also.
Oh, yes.
So you would switch out your Glock barrel with this barrel?
Yes, it must be a Glock 17, but yes. So you take out the barrel, you take out your barrel, and you put in this one, and you're just going crazy ranges, right? You're just going crazy. To be quite honest, I'm looking for American manufacturers of this barrel, because I'm buying it outside of America. I've tried RE3, but they couldn't do it without the stoppages. It's a challenge, the weight. But hopefully I'm going to find someone here. To be honest with you, Marty.
Yes.
We are moving. CA is moving to become a Israeli designed, U.S. manufactured company. Mm-hmm. So we're starting to move our manufacturing to USA. So
makes sense.
Yeah, for me, it's very important. And to, I want people to buy American. So that's something that we're working on. It's going to take time. We've already done a little bit of it. Some of our items we're already doing here. So hopefully during this year, we're going to get a tremendous amount of engineers and technology and stuff, and have that doing the actual molding here, the injection molding here, the assembly here, doing it, in USA. Yeah.
I've ever since you guys came out with this design, and it's been out for a while too, but I've been in love with that, the 16-inch version of that. So that would be another one that I'm interested in having, and doing a side-by-side comparative test of that and the Micro RONI, just to see the amount of accuracy and distance between the two.
Well, the major difference between the two is that the velocity of the 9mm is now much larger when you're going to the RONI Civilian. Yeah. The shorter the barrel, the slower the bullet, and the more flash you have. So when you have a long barrel, you're using more of the gunpowder. So you're basically picking up the speed of the round. Yeah. To be honest with you, our major guy that's doing this one is the Glock store in San Diego, Lenny McGill. Because he did a T&E on that, a very long one. I think it was like 45 minutes. And he's like the major buyer of that. He's like, I would say for sure, our number one buyer of the RONI Civilian, the RONI C. Mm-hmm. So, I get, because I guess it's California legal with the 16-inch barrel and all that, I guess. So, he's he's an online guy, but he sells a whole bunch of them.
Well, that's cool. I wasn't for sure if those were available yet or not. So that's
sure.
Now, are you doing a threaded barrel on that? Would they be able to? Can you get a suppressor in there?
Yeah, we've been working on that one. We do not have that.
Okay.
Because we do not have control of the barrel. We're outsourcing that. We're buying that from another guy. So eventually that question has been asked, as it's been done on the Micro RONI as well. So we're working on both of those. Okay. So the Micro RONI is something that we can fix, because it's the way the Micro RONI is built. Yeah. So we're coming out with a suppressor model as well. I think there's a rule in this country that if it's more than 26 inches long and the stock does not fold, then you're allowed to have a vertical grip. It's not an AOW. Mm-hmm. So these are another rules that we're trying to learn. So we're playing with that a little bit, because you can't have a vertical grip on this stuff either. It makes an AOW.
So ridiculous.
It's crazy.
Repeal the NFA. Repeal the NFA. Repeal the NFA. I can't say it enough.
I don't know how many jobs they have there because I don't want to take away jobs from America, but maybe we could transfer all those guys to the NRA guys and then, give them more jobs or something.
Trust me, there will be jobs for these guys elsewhere. Yeah. They could be reallocated, better used somewhere else.
Go work at the veterans place,
Homeland Security, something like that. Yeah.
I agree with you 100% still. And we still got to get that veterans program online. We've been, I did our side on Israel. I got everybody into this. You remember we spoke about the Wounded Warrior thing that we wanted
Absolutely, to do? Yeah. Sergeant Major Lance Nutt is still 100% on board with that. We just got to, give him something.
I got the entire Israeli frigging government involved, right? We wanted for your listeners to bring in about 20 guys, wounded warriors, wounded vets from the U.S., bring them on our cost to Israel. Have them go where Jesus walked, have them go to Masada where many wars were fought thousands of years ago, and combine them from day one with an IDF wounded warrior guy, and they would pair up. They'd sit on the bus together, they'd be in the hotel rooms together, they'd be, non-separable for this 10 days. And we wanted to bring them out, to be honest with you, in Israel, our Independence Day, you're like July 4th, our Independence Day is the day after our Memorial Day. It's okay. When one's at night, the next one starts.
Gotcha.
So it's an interesting thing in Israel that you go from such sadness to such happiness like that. Right. And we wanted to bring the wounded warriors at that time so they can see that, because during we call it Yom HaZikaron in Hebrew, Memorial Day, nothing is working in Israel. Everything's off. It's a national holiday.
Everything shuts down, yeah.
It shuts down. You have sirens that everyone stops their cars, physically gets out of the car, stands at attention for 2 minutes, twice during the day. Everyone in the country is at cemeteries. Everyone.
Wow.
And because, in Israel, it's a mandatory service. So everyone, anybody who falls, it's your family, right?
Yeah.
So you cannot even understand. All day, there's no TV, no cable. All you have are stories of the fallen. So on every one of your channels, that's all you can see. You can't watch sports. You can't watch a movie. That's all you see for 24 hours.
That's amazing. That.
And that's the way we try to honor our fallen. And that's the way it's done.
I think that's awesome.
Idea. So we wanted to bring the U.S. guys to us. We do that for 10 days. And then later on, we bring the same Israeli guys, the same 20 Israeli guys to U.S. with the same 20 U.S. guys. And then we do your holy sites or your fun sites, even if it's like going kayaking, doing something to have fun and bringing in psychologists and bringing in
going
doctors.
To Disney World.
And exactly. and people telling their stories and getting people to try to deal with healing. And
what would be great would be to bring them in during our Memorial Day and our 4th of July, and let them experience. All right, so we got to experience yours, let them experience ours, and then do all that other stuff too, mix it in.
Is your Memorial Day and Independence Day, I don't think they're together though.
No, they're separate, so that would be, at least you could get one of them. You could get one of them.
We can only bring them in once for 10 days. You got to figure out a 10-day thing to do.
I would think July 4th would be the most enjoyable.
Cool, right?
Yeah.
So
2 years later, and we haven't done anything. So we got to.
Yeah, well, isn't that sad?
It is. It is.
And now that I live here, I think the ability is higher. It just has to get done,
Yeah.
It's too important not to do it. It's too good. There are good ideas sometimes, and, and you can make people's lives better. If we can just do that,
Yeah. So we just need to find out what we need to do on this end, and I can make it happen. So good stuff. Real quick, let's recap where people can get in touch with CAA. And we didn't talk much about the MH1. Is there any new developments with the MH1?
We don't have to talk about the MH1 all the time.
Well, I know, but it's an awesome product.
It's been going crazy. We can't make them fast enough. So thank God we got some in. Today we got some in. 3 days ago we got some in, so we can get a lot out there. So we're going to get a few hundred out the next coming week. So far, it's been great.
So just go ahead and throw one of those in with my white Micro RONI.
Okay, let me get a piece of paper and a pen so I can write down all the crazy things you're saying to me online here.
Right. I've got it recorded. Don't worry about it.
So cagearup.com is where, you can get anything that we sell. cagearup.com.
And so coming up, we're headed to NRA, and I'm not sure if I'm going to be recording from the NRA or not, but I will definitely be there. And if Mikey's there, if we can hook up, then we might do a little something, maybe a live session, Facebook Live, Instagram Live, one of those things.
Sure, that'd be fun.
But that's what we do. We have fun here, so it'll be a fun thing. We'll go around and mess with people.
You're a good man, my friend. Good man.
All right, guys, we will be right back. All right, so always a good call when we have Lieutenant Colonel on, Mikey Hartman. He's always full of information and entertaining. And I don't know if you guys are going to be able to stand it, but I've got another phone call coming in. And talk about entertaining. We've got Nick Atkinson with the Cobalt Kinetics 3-gun team and Beastmaster Hunting.
You called me. You don't have a phone call coming in. You called me and you were like, please be on the show again.
Well, after seeing your mega squirrel hunt there that you got going on, we had to get on and talk about that. Yeah. And then, of course, episode 2 of Beastmaster Hunting has been released, which co-stars. I'm not going to say I star, but co-stars yours truly.
You're the guest.
Left hand.
There's no star. I'm the host. You're the guest.
There we go. You're the host. I'm the guest.
Says it right there in the credits.
If you don't believe me, watch the video.
Exactly.
So episode 2 from our big hunt there, was it 2 months ago? Was that last month or month before last?
It was the end of February, wasn't it?
End of February, yeah. So 2 months ago, month and a half, whatever. Finally, he gets episode 2 out, which episode 1 was epic.
Finally, come on. I'm trying to do it like maybe one a month or something like that. So that way, they're not jammed. I watch all these shows that are like YouTube shows or whatever, and they're like a weekly deal, and it's just they're trying to cram too much or they don't have enough, and it's just, I think once a month allows me to produce a good product that's entertaining.
You leave your audience wanting. That's good.
Exactly.
Sometimes that's bad because they're like, when the fuck is he going to release another video?
No, that's good. It's better than being like, look at all this garbage. I don't want to watch all that.
What I learned is you got to be consistent. So if you're just going to do one a month, and people expect one a month, then you got to do at least one a month. But if you start getting and you do, 2 a month, and people get used to that, then you got to do that. Or people get pissed. I mean, it's crazy, but people actually, I've gotten like hate messages and mails from people. It's like, when's the next show? Do your job. It's like, do your job. Where's my entertainment? It's like, okay, dude.
Right. Yeah, I think people like episode 2, though. Episode 1, I got some feedback. People liked it, but it was a little bit lacking as far as, I guess, kills, you could say, because we just got the bobcat. But, that's the way.
We didn't have any kills.
That's the way hunting goes sometimes. It's not all just go out there and just kill. Otherwise, it'd be called killing, not hunting. But episode 2 was the next night, right? And
a lot more productive.
It just that's how fast it swings. Whenever one night you go out and you almost get skunked, or you do get skunked, and then the next night you go out and I won't give it all away, but you kill a lot of shit.
Well, that's what people get. They get spoiled on these quote reality shows. These people that do these hunting shows on TV. And, of course, they can't put a boring show on TV. So if they're not killing something, then they're not going to get any ratings, not going to get people watching. So they always edit those to make it look like, they're always constantly killing something, hunting something.
Well, we edit out, a lot because we're taking 9 hours of footage and turning it into 12 minutes, So it's just a matter of how productive that 9 hours is. And I think in episode 2, I cut out some. I didn't even show everything because I just didn't have time to fit it in there and make it flow. And we didn't have all the connecting interviews. We got so pumped. I don't know if you remember, but we got so pumped about going and finding more stuff to shoot that we forgot to actually like film side interviews and stuff. So without those side interviews, it's really hard to make it flow.
And then of course there's me that didn't turn your camera on when I was using your gun.
Oh yeah, I forgot. There's a whole nother group of pigs that didn't even get filmed because you didn't turn it on.
Because I didn't know. I was so excited.
Yeah. So, but yeah, so people can check it out. It's on YouTube. If you search Beastmaster Hunting, Nick Atkinson, then it'll come up. It'll take you straight to the channel there. And there's episode 1, episode 2, and a few other videos that I posted kind of at random, just fox hunts and stuff like that.
Yeah. And you guys can always link to him from our Facebook page as well. So I share those videos on our Facebook page there too. But you've got something special going on with this episode. You kind of upped the ante to push episode 3, right?
So episode 2, the link on Facebook. If you go to the Beastmaster Hunting Facebook page, so it's just facebook.com/BeastmasterHunting, and you scroll down till you find the post where I shared the YouTube link to episode 2. There's some instructions on there. If you like the page, watch the video or watch the episode, share that link on Facebook. And then finally, in the comments on that post, comment as to what you think we should do for episode 3, and or not necessarily episode 3, but another episode. Whoever has the whatever we like the most as far as doing an episode, we're gonna do that, and they're gonna win a Beastmaster Hunting shirt. Actually, we'll probably do a couple of shirts. We have a couple of shirts out now, and they're really nice tri-blend shirts, and they're gonna win a hat. A Beastmaster Hunting hat and 2 patches. So it's like $60-$70 worth of stuff.
What about a Beastmaster face mask?
Oh yeah, I'll throw that in there too. See,
Hell
so
yeah.
we're up to like $80.
That's
so
sweet.
Literally all you have to do is share it and then comment on it and tell us what you think.
And I'll throw in a Talking Lead t-shirt too.
There you go. So we're up to like $100. $100. All you got to do is be entertained and leave us a comment and do some sharing.
All you got to do is be creative, come up with a good, cool concept for his next, for an upcoming episode. Doesn't necessarily need to be the next one, but if he uses your idea, then you're going to win that swag package.
Right.
Sweet.
And it's going to kind of be a thing that just there's not really a date on it. It's just going to go until we see one, and then I go, whoa, that's what we're doing. You know? So
give them an idea of kind of what you're looking for.
Exactly.
No, you give them an idea so they can,
I thought you meant give us an idea of what the fans are looking for.
Are you just looking for anything, or
it could be anything. Obviously, we like to focus on things we can hunt at night, but I've had some discussions with people, not on comments of that, but anything from like spear fishing to helicopter hog hunts to all kinds of stuff. So it's wide open, but anything hunting, bow fishing, whatever.
Cool. All right, there it is, guys. So make sure you go to Beastmaster Hunting's Facebook page, and it's under the episode 2 post, right?
Yeah, if you go to the Beastmaster page on Facebook, Beastmaster Hunting on Facebook, then you just scroll down. It'll be right there on the feed. It's a shared video from YouTube, and it's got the instructions on the post.
Very cool. So we had talked about during our time together there during the hunt, doing maybe a monthly, but some sort of recurring segment on the show. We're going to start a new segment with you, with Beastmaster, with Beastmaster, Beastmaster Hunting, and I think we should kick that off with from this episode. So I got to come up with some kind of cool intro for it. So
we need like a roaring tiger. Or maybe
bobcat or something.
What if you used like
or a snorting rhinoceros charging?
Some sound effects. I don't know why this popped into my head, but some sound effects from like the He-Man intro, like the old cartoon. I think I said whatever because I said tiger. It made me think of He-Man's tiger.
He-Man. What was that tiger called? Tigra or something?
I don't know.
Tigra.
I don't know.
I don't remember what it's called.
He-Man. and the masters of the universe. I am Adam, Prince of Eternia and defender of the secrets of Castle Grayskull. This is Cringer, my fearless friend. Fabulous secret powers were revealed to me the day I held aloft my magic sword and said, "By the power of Grayskull."
Yeah, I don't know.
I was thinking,
of course, that would be copyrighted, so we couldn't do that.
I was thinking this song.
You about to play as a song?
Yeah, hold on. I was thinking this song.
For the rest of your days, it's all problem-free.
Dude, you're going to get in trouble with copyright, though.
I don't care. Hakuna Matata.
I don't know. We'll have to come up with something. Maybe we'll get somebody to create a sound effect from some stock sound files.
We'll come up with something cool, definitely. But so let's have our Beastmaster hunting tip of the month. We'll call it right now.
Beastmaster hunting tip of the month.
Okay.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe because we were talking about squirrels.
Okay.
Maybe something to deal with squirrels.
I got a hunting tip for you on squirrels, okay? Make sure before you start blasting squirrels, you read all of the game laws that pertain to squirrels where you're at. Because Texas, there's actually parts of Texas where, okay, all of the state of Texas, a squirrel is a game animal, so you have to harvest it if you kill it.
You have to harvest a squirrel?
If you kill it, you have to harvest it.
It's a freaking rodent.
Can't just throw it away, right? And then there's actually counties in Texas where there's seasons for certain squirrels. Okay, I'm in a county where there's not. It's just no bag limit year round. But there's also, like for example, in Tennessee, there's probably a squirrel season for the entire state. So make sure before you go out blasting squirrels that you read all the game laws as pertaining to squirrels.
You know, that's probably a good idea because just growing up, we would just blast squirrels. Anytime.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, I shot probably thousands, because my grandma was like, go kill all the squirrels because they're tearing stuff up, and I'm sure she probably didn't know, but nobody bothered to tell us it's a game animal, So
I was always told you don't eat the squirrels because they got like something in them that'll make you go crazy or something like that.
I mean, I guess they could carry rabies, but as long as you don't eat the spine or the brains, then you're okay.
Squirrel. Have you ever eaten squirrel?
I've not eaten it. I have smelled it while it was cooking.
You smelled it?
Maybe that.
Not
maybe
for
not.
me, maybe, huh?
But just because you harvest it doesn't mean you have to be the one to eat it. So
yeah. So I'm looking at Tennessee, seeing if there was an actual squirrel season in Tennessee.
I bet there is because Tennessee is pretty strict on hunting laws.
There's deer, there's turkey, there's game birds, migratory birds, elk, black bear, small game, raccoon, fall turkey. Small game, squirrel, daily bag 10.
There you go.
August 27th through February 28th, and then May 13th through June 11th.
There you go. Yeah, they're leaving them in the spring there for when they have babies.
Wow. So I would just, and a lot of, when I was growing up, we had a farm. We had our own farm. We call it the farm. It was just woods,
right?
Several hundred acres, and we would just go out there and we would just pop squirrels left and right. I mean, year round.
Right. Well, and I think it's people don't view them as a game animal because they're, like you said, they're a rodent. But
they're a rodent. Yeah, they're a freaking mouse with a big freaking tail.
But you got to remember, 100 years ago, 150 years ago, squirrel, people ate it all the time, and there's some places where they still do because it's a good source of meat, and they're everywhere. They have a good diet. They're not just eating trash. So
that's true, I guess, for the most part. But they're freaking pains in the ass. I know where my mom lives, they eat the wood on the side of her house.
Yeah. Yeah, and they'll chew all your wires under your hood and get up in your attic and start fires. I mean, it's I don't see how they're not classified as a nuisance animal.
But, I don't either, because there's a lot of them.
Yeah. So anyway, that's a good
tip.
Just make sure you read all the all the laws for everything that you want to hunt, because you shoot a whole bunch of squirrels and the game warden just happens to roll by, you could be in trouble.
All right. There's our monthly Beastmaster hunting tip of the month.
Now you need the sound effect that's like...
Hakuna Matata. I love it. So you've got another, I want to talk about this too. You've got another video that you just posted that just blew my mind, and it reminded me of a scene in the Jungle Book where they had the peace rock showed itself, and so they had to call a water truce.
Yeah.
You've got a night vision video of
thermal. It's thermal.
Or thermal, yeah, it's a thermal of very reminiscent scene. So name all the freaking varmints that were in that.
Yeah, so I was out in Llano, the same place that we hunted whenever you came down for episode 1, and I was on foot that night. I had parked my truck a ways back, and I had walked in, and I walked up to this tank, and I start looking around, and there's animals everywhere. Like, I counted something like 13 pigs, all in different spots all around this tank. There was probably at least half a dozen raccoons. There was a bunch of cranes that were sitting up in the tree, and there was a few other critters hanging out in the trees. There was a ringtail there, but it was like just animals everywhere.
Yeah,
and so
it was crazy.
It was kind of one of those where I was so just amused by watching all of them. I didn't even shoot anything. So I sat there and watched them for probably 30 or 45 minutes and watched those raccoons swimming. That's the funniest thing ever. They're swimming across the tank to get away from
those were raccoons?
Yeah, in the water.
Yeah, I was wondering what those were.
So I finally set up the call and turned it on, try and get some coyotes to come in. And I ended up shooting a ringtail there, and it was like the biggest, fattest ringtail I'd ever seen. And then I shot probably 4 pigs across the other side, and I walked around there to kind of gather them up and take pictures. And as I was walking around, there were thousands of frogs in this pond, and that must be why everybody was there, because they were all, I mean, not the pigs, but the coons and the ringtails and everything like that, because they were just feasting on frogs.
They're munching down on some frog legs.
Exactly. So, but it was pretty good. It is a pretty cool video because you get so many species in one video.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like a scene out of the Serengeti where, there's only one watering hole for thousands and thousands of miles, and all the freaking wildlife is there.
Yeah.
I mean, you're scanning like left to right at this pond, and I mean, it's just covered.
Well, and and the funny part is there weren't any deer there, because from being out there's deer everywhere out there. So I thought the only thing that could have made that video better is if there was like 2 deer standing there, and then I would have called a coyote in,
But it was a water truce, so they couldn't eat them,
Yeah, there you go.
This is what the peace rock was showing. But that video, you guys want to see that? It's on Beastmaster's. Is it on your YouTube? I know it's on your Facebook page.
No, it's just on Facebook.
Okay, so go Beastmaster Hunting and watch it. It's cool, man, just to see that, and the fact that it's at night. I mean, everything's at night too. That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
very cool. So you mentioned you got another shirt out.
Yeah. So
I haven't
we got
seen the second design. What's it look like?
It's just the skull on the front of the shirt. So it's just the big red skull. So it's same color shirt with the other one has a full logo across it, but this one's just like a superhero emblem of just the pig skull.
So you got your patches out now. You've got 2 different styles. I got to catch up, man. I've been trying to get freaking patches out for like 3 years.
I always say the firearms industry is a pain in the ass to work in, but it seems like every industry now is like you call somebody and you tell them, I want to give you money and I want you to provide me with goods. And they're like, okay. And then it's like 3 months later, you finally get her. They're like, oh yeah. I'll get it knocked out. And you're like, God, I'm trying to give you money. So we got 2 patches, 2 shirts, a face guard that's, they're called like face shields or buffs or something, whatever. Just basically you pull it over your head and you can keep it around your neck to keep your neck warm, or you can pull it up over your face to keep the dirt and wind off your face. And it has the big red Beastmaster skull on the front of it.
Yeah, it's cool. I love it when you're posting pictures of you wearing that, holding up cats and stuff. I mean, that's just very antagonizing to the
It is.
the PETA people.
Yeah, they're like, he won't even show his face.
You coward!
He's so ashamed.
You coward!
Yeah.
You can't even show your face. You're
Yeah, so basically we're trying to get all of our soft goods squared away, so that way when the website launches, which will be pretty soon, probably a few weeks, we'll have all of that ready to go. It won't be like, hey, it's coming soon or anything like that. It's like you click on it, you order it, and we'll ship it. We're also going to have everything Vertex. So everything that Vertex sells will be on our site also. So you'll start seeing Vertex pants and shirts and bags and things like that in our videos. I have
a very nice Vertex bag that I got from the what is it called? The CAA Hartman Train the Trainer IDF thing. They had a nice little gift bouquet for us there.
Yeah. They make really good stuff, and that's why we want to sell their stuff, is because it is top quality, and they and not to take anything away from other brands. I like other brands too. I like 511 stuff. It's just that Vertex makes specific things that we want to sell. So
I like a lot of stuff from different people.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, and that's what
not one person has everything that I want.
Right.
I like variety.
That's what makes it so good about coming from being a sponsored competitor for the last 5 years to now owning a business where I can sell what I want and talk about whatever I want. It's cool because I can sell Vertex stuff, and I can sell 511 stuff, and I can sell whatever. And just piece it together. I'm not restricted to one brand because it's a business. It's not. I'm not asking any favors.
Right, you're making them money.
Right. So
you're paying them. So
the Vertex pants that I really like are called Delta stretch pants. They're like they look like jeans. But they're like cotton and spandex.
Okay.
They're like 95% cotton, 5% spandex, but they look like jeans. So they fit really good, and
nice.
They make them in really cool colors. They make them in like a brown and OD green. And
I
stuff.
did get a pair of Vertex pants also. He gave us pants, he gave us a bag. I mean, he loaded us up. But the pants I found for my build, and it may just be this model of their pants. They're tight in the hip thigh area.
Or is it the Phantoms?
They are.
I bet they're the Phantoms.
I don't know. Yeah, Phantom LT.
Yeah, the Phantoms don't fit me right either. But like you said, it's just based on body type. There's some things just aren't going to fit everybody. But I've got really long legs, and I call it the Grinch. I've got this Grinch belly that I feed. Yeah. Nice. But they've got some new stuff coming out. I don't know. Probably not allowed to talk about it. But they've got some stuff that's going to be very competitive with other very comfortable pants.
Can you see the bag? Can you see it? Or is it too dark?
No, I can see it.
Okay. So I don't know what it's called, but it's a really neat bag. I use it as my gym bag.
Yeah.
It's got a place for your gun, a little conceal section for your gun. But anyway, so I'm familiar with some Vertex stuff.
Yeah, it's exciting because we're going to have a lot. And the reason I called them initially was I just wanted to sell hats because they make a really awesome hat with a patch spot on the front, and we got our patches, right? So I wanted to sell a hat patch combo. And Vertex is like my favorite hat that has Velcro on the front of it. So I called them and said, hey, I want to sell your hats. And they were like, well, you want to sell anything else? And I was like, I'll sell it all,
Yeah. I'll sell it all, man.
Yeah. So because I do like a lot of the other stuff that they make. It's just I wasn't really thinking we need to be selling pants and shirts and bags.
You said you're selling hats, too. Is that the hat that you're selling, and you're just selling it with the patch?
So
or do you have specific Beastmaster hats?
We do have Beastmaster hats. You may have been gone by the time those came in too.
I was there when you ordered them. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so we got the Beastmaster hats. It's just it's a black hat that's got a mesh back.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, that's gonna be nice.
Yeah.
Did they come in?
So we've got those. Yep, we've got them. Those will be for sale on the website. Then the Vertex hats will be for sale on the website. Then the Vertex hat with a patch will be for sale on the website. So it'll be like it'll be, I'm not sure on exact pricing yet, but the Vertex hats go for like $25 all over the internet. So it'll probably be something like you could buy a patch for $8, or you could buy a Vertex hat with a patch for $30. You know, something you get a discount if you combo it, you know.
A little combo discount.
Right.
Well, that's cool, man. There you guys go. Check them out, Beastmaster Hunting, and we're trying to work out another hunt coming up. Soon, I hope. What's the next season that? That's a good hunt. That would be a good hunt.
Pigs and predators are pretty much year round. You just got to have the property to do it, and in Texas they are. We're talking about doing a Kentucky hunt up there close to you. There's a coyote season in it's like the end of February to the end of May. It's legal to shoot coyotes or hunt coyotes with thermals, and that's the only time you can, but you have to shoot a shotgun. So we may try and do something like that. And then, like you said, we talked about maybe going to Florida and doing a predator hunt out there. So
yeah, that would be awesome.
I'm pretty much open for anything. We're doing a bear hunt, which is going to be really cool. In October, we're going to Alaska to hunt coastal brown bears on the peninsula in Alaska. So,
what are you going to use for that?
A 338 Norma built by Proof Research. So, it's going to be really. It's going to be really. That's going to be a really cool. That might have to be like a 2-part episode, because hopefully we're going to have. Hopefully we're going to shoot 2 bears. 2 big 10.5 foot bears. Right. Yep. I asked them if we could hunt brown bear and black bear, and they said the part of the peninsula we're going to, there's not any black bears because the brown bears killed them all. So.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's vicious. Now, are you guys? Is this a place where you helicopter into, or how you getting there?
You take a bush plane. So we're going to fly into Anchorage and then go hook up with our guide and take a bush plane, fly in to wherever he's at, and they set up a base camp for you, and then you pack out from there every day, and it's like a 13-day hunt.
Oh wow!
Something, yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, usually they do 10 days for one person. It's 10 days. You're pretty much guaranteed to get on a bear. So we're going to try and do 2 in 13 days. And I want to try and get a wolverine too. So
they have wolverines in Alaska?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. So hopefully,
well,
and
be careful. Now, is that like a personal thing because Rick looks like a wolverine?
No, we said he was the badger. I thought.
Did we change it to the badger? Okay.
I thought. Yeah.
The badger, the wolverine. I couldn't remember which one we went with.
Yeah. Birdsall. Birdsall the badger.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
he probably don't appreciate that.
I've never even seen a wolverine. I think that they're pretty much only up north. So it's kind of just one of those things where it might be a once in a lifetime kind of thing, kind of like the brown bear is going to be.
Yeah, what's the weather like that time of year when you're going up there?
I looked at it and it says it's low in the 20s, high in the 50s. So not too bad.
Okay, so you're not going to have to deal with a lot of cold, snowy.
I mean, maybe
weather.
That's just kind of the average, It could be colder, it could be snowier, who knows?
Yeah.
We have a conference call in July with the guide, and that's when we're going to go over what all we need to pack and bring and everything like that. So, besides firearms.
And you're going to video all this, right?
Right. Yeah, it won't be thermal stuff because you can't do thermals in Alaska. Alaska is like. You think of it as the last American frontier and, you don't need a license to carry a gun and all that, but it's actually really strict on hunting. There's hunting based on sectors, and each sector has a different season and how many animals you can take, what size they have to be,
if
you have to have a guide or not.
Now, what if you're can you video in thermal if you're not if it's not on your rifle? Can you?
No, and that's what I was getting to, because they say that it could basically enhance your chances of the hunt. Which they're right, it would.
Yeah, it's like spotting, I guess.
Well, yeah, and they like it's even. I'm not sure if it's the whole state, but like you can't be in a plane and then kill something within 24 hours. So you have to wait 24 hours to hunt
my gosh.
after you get off the plane, because
how are they going to know?
Well, I guess they have some pretty serious surveillance going on.
It's the honor system. It's the honor system.
But, they because then you could be flying around and you could spot from the air and get on the ground and shoot something, which,
Right. I mean, I understand that. But again, how are they going to know?
Yeah, I mean, dude, they have game wardens flying around in planes and stuff. So
watching people land and then timing it.
Yeah. Yeah. Or maybe, I don't know. But,
like meter maids, they'll put a piece of chalk on your tire. And
Right.
Well, that's cool, man. That'll be a good hunt. I'm excited to see the footage from it.
Yeah, I think it'll be entertaining.
Well, like I told you, if your videographer bails out on you, let me know.
Yeah, we will.
I know my way around a camera.
Right.
Yeah. And we could do some podcasting too.
There you go.
Alaskan
podcast.
Ooh, I like that. I like the sound of that. All right, Nick, thanks so much for taking the time to be on, and make sure you guys take part in that giveaway that he's doing. Help him come up with a new show concept, or his next show concept. Something cool, something exciting. Be creative with it, guys. Don't just say do a helicopter hog hunt. I mean, that ain't gonna work. I can tell you that.
Yeah,
that
like
don't count.
Helicopter hunt with spears.
With spear, yeah. You got to put a little twist to it. Yeah. So come up with that. You're gonna win an awesome swag package. We're even throwing a Talking Lead T-shirt in with that. So that'll be sweet. And check them out again. Beastmaster Hunting on Facebook. You're on Instagram. You don't do Twitter, do you?
We do Twitter. It's pretty much just a copy and paste of Instagram. It's Beastmaster Hunt on Twitter.
Gotcha. And then the website, which is coming soon.
BeastmasterHunting.com. Yeah.
.com, and then the YouTube channel.
YouTube channel, if you just search Nick Atkinson Beastmaster Hunting, then you'll find it.
And there it is. And then you guys can link to it, like I said, from our Facebook page when we repost those. So very cool. Nick, look forward to seeing you soon. I know you got some competitions coming up, so maybe we'll bump into each other, maybe some of these competitions. And
then we'll need to do some more hunting.
We'll do some more hunting. Yeah, absolutely. And we'll work on your Grinch, too. Do some more eating. Those places you took me to eat in Texas were amazing.
That's the problem. There's so much good. I love eating. If I wasn't a professional shooter / hunter / own Beastmaster, I would be a food critic, I think.
You'd be a food critic? That'd be cool. That would be, mate, you could tie that in. You can tie that in
game cuisine
with your travels, as you're going to these different places to do the hunts. You could have a little, local cuisine segment.
Yeah, and it could be wild game related. Squirrel
brain. Love me some squirrel brain.
Yeah.
And big thanks to all of the people that make this show possible: Frontier Tactical, Cobalt Kinetics, Modern Spartan Systems, X Steel Targets, Multicam Pattern, Glock, and all our friends of the show: Kel-Tec, Palmetto State Armory, Eagle Imports, 1776 United. Make sure you go there and you can get the Talking Lead T-shirts. And hopefully soon, I keep saying it, and I've said it for the past 3 years, patches and hats and other stuff. Nick's putting me to shame with all that stuff. Damn it. But as always, lead heads, keep your loved ones close.
And your squirrel shooters closer.
Your 22 Magnum, baby. Real quick, what's the preferred method for hunting squirrels? Is it 22? Just 22 long?
Yeah, I mean, because you don't want to blow them up real bad if you're going to eat them, or if you're going to give them to somebody that's going to eat them.
Would a 22 Magnum be too much for them?
Probably not. I shoot them with supersonic 22 long rifle. Subsonic tends to just kind of go through without doing much, and they can run off. But 22 long rifle, it puts them in full lockup, is what I like to call it. When you hit them, it's just like they freeze in the position they were in and fall. Hashtag murdered.
All right, buddy. Thanks again, and tune in next week, Leadheads, when our guest will be